sir.
What's going on, man?
It's another fine day.
Yeah. Surprised how nice it was when I went out to the car.
Gorgeous out. It's fantastic. Welcome to another episode of The Commute.
I will be your driver.
And I will be your passenger. I'm going to start out with a good one today.
Oh, good one.
This might be kind of like what you were talking about the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You were talking about how they were saying man and machine will be mixed into one.
Yes, Ray Kurzweil in the singularity.
Okay, mine's a little different then.
Okay.
This is Michio Kaku.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing? Okay.
He's a pretty famous.
Okay. String theorist.
Yep.
He's
Physicist.
wanting to. He's saying minds are. They're computers made out of meat, essentially. Okay. And he's saying that they can manipulate the mind to where they can read your neurons, how they work, and be able to capture them. And then they can get things in your mind, such as memories that you have or dreams, and put them in a computer. They can hook a computer up to your mind, up to your brain. And he said it's essentially like swapping out videotapes in a machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could take different memories, hook them up, and manipulate. So he's saying you can hook them up like that. Then you can go in, and once you can attach and read these neurons with a magnetic resource imaging computer, you can then take the neurons and move them around just like you would anything on a smartphone. You know, so you can take these, and then from that, you can go ahead and reprogram, because your mind is now inside a computer.
Right.
Essentially. The computer can read it, process it, and fix anything wrong with your brain. They can reprogram the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something wrong with you, it's just a matter of data, you know, rearrange it in the computer, send it back in, and tell the neurons what to do and where to go.
This is something they want to do?
This is something they want to do. This is something that they're currently testing, and he thinks it is possible to do. He was saying that, where was he? That, and then while you're hooked up, and it can read you that quick, these machines would then be able to read your thoughts instantly. You know, your thoughts would come out on a computer.
Right.
And then we would essentially just be able to store our memories, watch our memories. I can email you a clip of my memory.
Mm-hmm. You'll never believe what happened.
You know, or if, you know, like they said, there's something wrong, reprogram the brain. I wonder if it can reprogram you like, you know, if you're a murderer because you don't have it, you know, you're missing something in your consciousness, can they reprogram you to not have that urge to kill?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're talking to the level of reprogramming memories and everything else, then I guess the question is what's left as far as consciousness? I mean, what are you?
You're a computer. You're a meat computer. That's all you are anyway.
Well, that's... Yeah, I mean, then that... I guess
I am Joe's consciousness. You know?
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I just think that's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they say, like child molesters, you know, you could send them to jail all you want, when they come out, it's just the way they're wired, they're programmed.
Yeah, I mean,
if you could...
And essentially that's what they try to do with, you know...
shock therapy.
Yeah, and any of those psychological evaluations and studies and stuff. What are you doing? I don't even understand.
Go slow. We would like you to take your time going across the street in your car.
What? Well, I don't understand. What's confusing about fucking stop signs? That's all that this street is stop signs.
Well, it never turns to a go sign.
Oh, okay.
You know, so they got to go.
That's
but it
where
still
they're
says
lost.
Stop.
Right.
You know. But yeah, it's something they're testing out, and I would let them use me as a test subject.
That would be...
I would love that.
Well, I mean, and think of the people that it could help. I mean...
Yeah.
That's the ultimate technology there. Why are you doing things? Just, it's a...
Yeah, you're good too.
Oh my god.
But I think it would be cool, like things you forgot, memories. Like, could they pull out memories that you are in your head, you just can't remember, or do you have to fire it off for it to?
Well, if he's just talking that it's, a matter of neurons and copying those things over, there's no reason why you couldn't activate a memory in order to record the memory. If
make it active, if it's dormant.
I don't know. That sounds a lot of science fiction, but
I mean, it does. And supposedly, if anyone can do it, they're saying, this guy and his group of people.
Yeah,
he definitely do it.
He talks a lot of stuff like that. Like, I've heard him talk about like teleportation and time travel and everything else. He did a bunch of like short clip things. You can find them on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, really cool. Like, just to hear him talk about the actual science behind those kind of things.
Blow your mind.
Yeah. That's cool.
So I'm ready. I'm ready to pull up my thoughts. Not that I really know if I want people seeing what's in here.
Well, no, but if everybody's on a level playing field.
Yeah, really. I mean,
what difference does it make?
Scare my demons away. Reprogram them into cotton fields.
Yeah. Well, essentially, that's what everybody would be able to do.
You figure they could also use it for the other way. Depending who got their hands on this, they could reprogram people just to be evil.
Oh, yeah. No. More likely they just program people just to go to their jobs and, like we already do.
Oh, we're in it.
And they'd make you like it, though.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, okay. I'm not going to go home tonight. I'm going to stay and work all day.
There was a comic I read one time that had, it was Transmetropolitan, and the way that, like, if you went outside, there'd be like corporations and stuff took over like weather patterns. So like, if it would rain like on you, if you got any rain on you, your head would be flooded with like commercials and stuff.
Yeah, give them that technology, Jesus.
Yeah.
The other thing I was watching was pretty cool. Saw a bunch of commercials for it last night. This Friday, they're going to televise from the space station. Did you see any of that?
No.
It's going to be live 24 hours in the space station. Like a whole day, sunrise, sunset, all that stuff going on. I don't know if it's just going to be a camera looking at Earth for 24 hours or if you're going to see what goes on inside of it.
Well, don't they already have that? Isn't there like a channel that's already like satellites?
Not that I have. I have the traffic channel.
No, I'm pretty sure there is. Man. There's one that's like, that's all it is. It's just a satellite, and you can just go to it anytime you want.
Like a television channel?
Yeah, it's a regular television channel.
On Comcast?
Not on the Comcast that I have, but extended. It's got to be on there somewhere.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, and that's all it is just the.
But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be that or they're going to go back and forth. They didn't really go into it. It's Friday at 8 p.m. till Saturday at 8 p.m. And it's what channel? What channel was I watching?
I guarantee it's one I don't get.
Might have been National Geographic because I watched a few minutes of that Cosmos and what was on. But I didn't know if would you watch it on Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was gonna have the same commercials or.
No, it had. There was a lot of local commercials, which was weird. Just those horrible people that came up with their own songs and stuff for like, I forget what it was. There was one that was like a like houses, like people trying to sell houses in their cars. Those local car lot commercials. Oh. Yeah, there were some real winners.
Local Smyrna car dealerships. Jesus.
Yeah, those are always pretty great.
Blows my mind that they get on TV.
Yeah.
Like.
But I think each one of those stations, though, they have to allot like a certain amount of time for local.
Yeah.
And they buy those things at a, deep discount.
I imagine a Smyrna car dealership isn't forking out the bucks.
No. But they're still in competition with other local Smyrna
we're stuck between
things.
the big cities even, you know? If you go down to Dover, there's bigger dealerships.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, Middletown, I don't know. What's big
there's
in
a bunch
Delaware?
of crap there now. Well, there was that movie theater we didn't even know existed until
the Magic Movie Theater.
14-screen movie theater I didn't even know existed until 2 months after the fact.
What else was going on? Guy in China tried to kill himself. Probably the most, I don't know if I want to say creative, way I never heard of. Someone killing themselves. I definitely want him to go this way. 27-year-old guy goes to the zoo, climbs a tree, and jumps in the tiger cage. And then he's on the ground, and he starts like flopping around and like going crazy trying to get the tiger's attention so they'd eat him. And he's sitting there saying, "Eat me, eat me," and the tiger's just kind of like staring at him like, "Really? Like, is it this easy?" And they just kind of started walking over to him. They weren't like jumping on him. And by that point, the keepers came and they put all the tigers to sleep for a bit. Went in and got the guy, and he's in a mental hospital now.
Yeah.
But like they said, he obviously suffers from depression and has all these mental issues. But would you want to go out that way by having tigers maul you apart?
No.
When you can just put a bullet in your head and end it, or sleeping pills, a nice painless,
some big bridge you can walk up on.
Unless it was spur of the moment, he was enjoying a nice day at the zoo and
I can't take it anymore.
Fuck this! Climb a tree and into the tiger bin you go.
Yeah.
And then fail. He probably thought, surefire way.
Yeah.
I want to end this tonight. Oh, they're nice tigers. Guess they just fed.
Yeah, they must have just eaten or something.
Flopping around.
Take care of him, flopping around like a fish.
They're picky tigers. Ew. We don't eat Chinese.
The man flesh.
Now get us a nice white guy jumping in the cage. We are going to tear him apart.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times before. It's been on like those real footage shows they have on and stuff. People jumping in all kinds of caves, like polar bears.
Why?
Brown bears.
I've never heard of anyone jumping in a cage. I know they fall into cages.
Yeah, that happens too.
Those polar bears are vicious. That's what you should have done. You should have found the polar bear cage.
Yeah, you don't get anywhere close to them.
They'll just slice your arm off.
Yeah.
Done.
Roll around in the red stuff and then
eat me, eat me.
Go for a swim.
Another China thing. I know I had another China story. Oh. Obviously a lot of cheap stuff comes from China. A lot of counterfeit stuff. A lot of,
Yeah, they're big on like violating like copyright law and stuff. Like it really doesn't apply to.
Yeah.
They don't pursue it there at all.
Right. So it's like we can do what we want.
Yeah.
So one of the things they found out that's coming out of China counterfeited now are condoms. Counterfeited condoms. And they buy up condoms, right? Like real cheap condoms. They take them out of the package and they put them into, higher quality package, like Trojan packages.
Right.
So you're getting the Trojan package, but you're getting a, whatever condom. And they said at first, people weren't really, like, they've been doing this for a while, no one really complained. And a batch got into Ghana, and they were just saying, like, every condom they used was breaking, and, they weren't doing any good, and pregnancies were going up, and, the STDs were going up. And they tracked it back to this factory in China, and they said they repackaged 20,000 condoms a day.
My God.
But they're taking them out, like as soon as you take it out, it's no good anymore.
Yeah, pretty much ensured that it's gonna
dry out, rip and break. But I just thought that was great. Counterfeit condoms.
Of all things, I mean.
I guess
It must have been making like the wrappers anyway or something. Like it must have been.
No, they had to be. Yeah, that's what they're essentially counterfeiting is the wrapper.
Yeah. So.
You know, and because they're real condoms.
Yeah. You know, maybe they buy their wrappers from them anyway, and they just keep the thing running like 24 hours a day.
I think it's 20,000 in a day.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's industrial amounts.
I mean, they probably run it 24 hours, but
still, man, that's just.
I thought the story would have been funnier if you open a Trojan packet and you come out and you pull out like an origami condom or something.
It's got your fortune in there.
I don't think it's gonna work, honey.
Twins.
You will get herpes. Oh no, this thing knows. I'll even put it on.
You've won crabs. Man, that's. Fortune cookies are an American thing.
Yeah.
It's not, has nothing to do with Chinese food or anything at all.
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't understand it. If you go over there, you're not getting a fortune cookie.
It's an American invention.
There was a woman up in the Bronx recently, and she got a fortune cookie. And on the back of the cookie, it gives you the numbers. Like, your lucky numbers are...
Oh, yeah, and she won off the numbers or whatever.
She played them in the Powerball, won $2 million.
Yeah.
Off the damn thing, it was true.
It's just...
That was... Here, I never played the number. That's all you have to do to win the lottery.
Right.
Get a fortune cookie.
Play the numbers on the back.
Play the numbers.
And learn your Chinese word for whale or whatever it is on the back of that thing.
Now, this lady was 75 years old.
Ah, there you go.
Of course, they're the ones who always win the lottery. And they asked her what she was going to do with her money. She said invest it. What the hell are you going to invest at 75 years old? You might have...
I'm hoping for it to pay off in about 15 years.
When I'm 90, I'm going to take that trip I always wanted to take.
Yeah, 75, man. That's...
I'm splurging. I take care of some people.
Right.
Give them a little money, but keep a half meal for myself and just go as crazy as I can at 75.
I mean, $500,000 is going to easily take you through the rest of that. I mean, $2 million, dude.
I mean, imagine the shock of, hey, you want $2 million. I had to shave a couple of years off her life.
Yeah, exactly.
Her heart's too old.
Put some stress on that.
Good news. That age, you just expect bad news. You're like, oh, okay, yeah.
I don't believe it.
Oh, remember so-and-so? Yeah, she died. I went to the doctors. Oh, this is wrong with me. Good news.
Oh, no.
What? I can't take it.
Yeah, that's time for a trip. Spend the rest of your life on a cruise ship.
Oh, can you imagine? I actually figure you can get a cruise anymore for like $500 for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just get those. They've got those year-long cruises. They're like, it's like 10 grand or whatever it is. It's like some huge amount of money.
Okay.
Not 10 grand, but
Yeah.
Pay that every year. Just keep going around the world until you bite it in whatever country
awesome.
you're in.
Bury me at sea.
Yeah.
Give the captain instructions,
Free meals.
If I die. Figure you have all the food, drink, and entertainment you want.
Right. For as long as you can take it.
Hang on. I don't know how good the doctors are on a cruise ship.
Well, pretty good. They got to be ready for like any kind of internal struggle, because that seems to be the trend now. Whole boatloads of people getting norovirus.
Yeah, you do see that more and more.
Yeah. Well, it's such an enclosed environment. It's like
nasty.
Once somebody doesn't wash their hands or something, it's just going to go everywhere.
Once the dirty Irish come up from the bottom of the boat, affect everybody.
The third class.
And they still can't find that plane.
Yeah, I know. It's
weird.
It is.
Now they're thinking that it disintegrated in midair.
You're going to find a debris trail. Nothing disintegrates. It's a huge-ass plane.
That's what I'm thinking. Disintegrated from what? Some supervillain came in with his laser ray.
Right. That's the only thing that would disintegrate it.
But that was like real news, like a real headline. You know, on the Comcast.
I mean, I could see it breaking up or whatever, but you're
going to find pieces.
You're going to find the
break
engines.
up into a million pieces.
The engines you'll definitely find. I mean, and it's going to be along the same lines that they've already been searching. You know, it's not going to deviate that far and then disintegrate.
And again, the black box. I mean, if it did crash, wouldn't that? I know we were talking about that, but when does the black box activate?
I think when it impacts. I don't think it's it's not constantly on.
They can't.
I don't know.
I
don't really know the flight pattern that it took off from. Like, how long was it over water? Did it go over mountains?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Deviated? I mean, because it was flying back from like that Vietnam, Laos area. I'm not sure where it originated from, but you know, it was flying to China. So that whole like Indian border is gigantic mountains and everything else. I mean,
Well, they said they think it tried to turn around and come back, and then it just blinked off.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. They've got to have some kind of flight data on that thing.
but they got to come across it soon. I mean,
yeah.
well, you just don't know. They could have gone off course, and they might be trying to look at the course it was supposed to take.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, that's where you start, but then every so ever many hours, that thing expands, like that radius has to expand, just like when they're predicting like a hurricane or whatever,
right?
That cone of where it can possibly go.
California avoided another near disaster yesterday with a
earthquake, right?
Earthquake.
Yeah,
it was in the ocean.
It's like a 6.5 or something.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Man, I heard that on the way in.
4.2. You know.
Yeah.
Quakes after.
Well, that's about what that one was. What, last year or the year before or whatever it was.
It was what?
Down by DC. It was about a 6.
Was it that big?
Yeah.
We didn't feel it.
Man, I didn't feel it either, man.
We were on the beach at the time, and they said if at the beach, if you were in a building, you felt it.
Man.
But if you were just hanging out in the sand, didn't feel a thing.
I don't know. I was on a ladder in a high-rise building in Philly doing a survey, and we felt nothing. But people were like running by, like screaming. We're like, what's going on?
That's what I want to be when an earthquake hits.
Yeah. My head in the ceiling right next to a bunch of pipes.
I want to be on stilts near metal.
Yeah. So, you know, the fire thing went off. Finally, like the strobes and everything were going off. So we're like, I guess we'll just leave. I don't know.
Should we be running?
So
Gotcha.
just walked outside, and everybody was outside. I mean, every single building had emptied out into the street.
Wow.
We stood around there for a little while, and they were like, "It's just."
And that was right before the hurricane came, right? Was that the same?
I don't know.
I know it was at the beach.
Yeah, it must have been.
It was like the next day the hurricane came, and they made us leave. Everybody's sitting in traffic. We were like, "Let's go to the mall."
Yeah.
No, went to the mall, hung out, let the traffic leave.
Yep. Because there's nothing to do for it.
I mean, they eventually closed. The hotel kicked everybody out.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go home. But it was fun. It's not bad.
Watched a bunch of movie trailers today.
Anything good?
Yeah, well, there was that Sin City one. The
I saw that. That looks
Game
really
to
good.
Kill For or whatever.
Yep.
That looks pretty cool.
Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good to see Ray Liotta back.
Looking a little chunky.
Yeah.
These
That's
days.
fine now. And then the new 300 movie, the other Frank Miller thing.
That did well this weekend.
Yeah, that just came out.
It did 47 million in the U.S., but did something like 85 million overseas.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You got a taste for the artistic Greek.
Yeah, I guess they take their
attack movies.
history a little more serious.
Well, I don't think the first one was too well received here either.
Huh?
I don't think so. Like people are like just down on it all the time. Everything I've heard, like people didn't like it, but
That was pretty good.
hey, I liked it. It's just
I could have done without, all the fake abs. All the CGI abs.
I don't think those were CGI abs.
No, yeah.
What?
You gotta check out the making of it.
What?
Yep.
Oh, well, I thought they were going through that rigorous training thing and all that
I'm sure
stuff.
they got in
There's
shape,
like
but they
digitized their abs.
They paint them to enhance them, and then they digitize them. And check it out. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Because they would like show them like they're pretty much in a green room, like for the green screen.
Yeah.
They show them like jumping off a rock and doing whatever, and they show you what the clip actually looked like, and they're all like rippled and muscles on top of muscles.
That was like the big thing about that was like it was pretty much all green screen. Like there was only like they had like one set, and it was like that. It was like the rock that they like pushed the guys off of. Like that was their only set piece. Like everything else was just a green screen. All
metalled up.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it was good. I don't know if it's called for a sequel, even though it looks good.
Yeah. But again, it did like what it was. I mean, that movie couldn't have been more than 90 minutes.
Right.
90 minutes of action. Crazy looking, stylized effects and stuff. It did what it was supposed to do.
I have to imagine that Sin City's really the same thing.
Yeah, it's exactly
CGI.
Thing, Even some of the people.
Yeah. I was watching with Carmela. She's like, "How come some of it's in color?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, they're being artistic."
It's a thing.
She was like, "Okay." Black and white just pisses her off.
Oh, does it?
Even like Frankenweenie.
Yeah.
We saw that. I was like, "What'd you think?" It was good. Would have been better if it was in color. So I was like, "Well, you can just enjoy the story, can't you?"
Yeah, like it turned on Gilligan's Island was on like the other day. Like they run it at night, like just nonstop on that one channel.
Really?
And I flipped to it and it was all in black and white. She's like, "Dad, switch this. Dad, switch this." Why?
I can't take lack of color.
I watched this like when I was a kid. It's funny. You like it. I can't watch it.
Oh, you're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch every black and white minute of this.
Yep. And you're gonna love it.
Then we're gonna watch a whole bunch of Charlie Chaplin.
And Three Stooges back to back.
You think black and white's bad? Wait till there was no sound. It's just look at the black and white. Hope you can read. Get quick and read it.
Catch up.
And stay away from meat at Walmart.
Oh, good.
See that whole thing?
No.
Not that I buy meat at Walmart. But this woman and her family, husband, 2 kids, she's 9 months pregnant. They start feeling ill, right? They start feeling not right. So she's like, well, like to the point where she had to take them to the hospital. So she takes everybody to the hospital. By the time she gets there, she's not feeling right. Here, her meat was laced with LSD. And the whole family's just tripping balls in the hospital. And so they find out. So then they I guess I don't know if they drug tested or whatever, but they found out something was wrong. So they had to induce labor in her. She has to give birth on acid. And the baby was fine. They said nothing was wrong with the baby. Everything was good. But they wanted to get the baby out of her.
Yeah, before it went through.
And since she was 9 months anyway, like let's do this. And then they made sure the family calmed down and got off the trip and sent them on their way.
What the hell? So what?
But like you can imagine, it's like I just turned my balls off and I got this baby to take care of.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're gonna be up for 2 days.
I don't think I'll be breastfeeding this one.
It would be like the milk bar from
Yep. Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange. Every day after that baby's first day of life would just be a bummer.
Yeah.
You know, like, what happened?
Nothing can be as exciting.
The world was so cool.
Now everything's boring.
Catching little baby trails. A pacifier was like, wee, woo. Blanket was all moving. Now, nothing. It's just. But yeah, so they tracked it down and found out it was the meat they were eating that they bought from Walmart. So
like ground beef or something?
They didn't say.
Oh, okay. Just every meat.
Just Walmart meat.
Okay.
And so they recalled. They recalled the meat. I don't know if it was just. I'm assuming it was just that one Walmart. And someone went to fuck with the meat.
Yeah, probably somebody went in there and injected the thing.
Unless there was some distraught employee at the meatpacking place. It's all right.
Yeah, there's a tab for you.
Tab of acid for everybody at Walmart. Enjoy your meat. Love it. Did you get anything good? Did you get anything good today?
Yeah, there's stuff coming out on Redbox. Like tomorrow is at the Coen Brothers thing, Inside Llewellyn Davis.
Oh yeah.
Wanted to see that. And it's that movie The Counselor with had Javier Bardem and Fassbender, and he was like Fassbender was like a lawyer, and he was trying to run some kind of smuggling operation or something. And I
haven't seen anything on it.
Yeah. I don't know how long that was in theater, but I kind of wanted to see that. I mean, I like Javier Bardem and that Michael Fassbender guy.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
One day, I gotta catch up on so many movies.
Yeah, movies and shows and everything else.
I swear, if I get one more fucking show to watch.
I did catch up on Hannibal, though.
Oh, what'd you think?
Oh, man. Such an awesome show, man.
Right?
Unbelievable.
It's great.
Yeah.
I was pleased. Sad it ended.
Yeah,
I watched
dude.
it.
I could have watched another hour of that easily. They need to release it all at the same time, like that House of Cards.
Redbox does.
Yeah.
And I say, like, if I get one more show, like, someone's forcing me to watch them.
Right.
But it's me going, like, I gotta watch that.
Yeah. And then next week is like movies that were out on that for like the Oscars and all that stuff, that American Hustle thing. Nancy wanted to see that, but
I want to see that.
I don't know. I'm kind of whatever. It's just
not your thing. It seemed like it would.
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched the trailers and it just doesn't seem like it doesn't really do anything for me. I'd almost rather watch that other one, which for whatever reason I've lumped them into the same thing, but that the Dallas Buyers Club with McConaughey or whatever. Yeah, for some reason I've got.
So I kind of lumped that. I lumped that movie with not the Dallas Buyers Club, but the American Hustle with Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, that's true.
Compare them together.
Yeah. And that's coming out.
But I do want to see that Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
That looks good.
That's Wolf of Wall Street is the following week, the 25th, along with your Gravity.
Gravity.
And there's that other one too, the Mr. Banks or whatever with it's like Walt Disney or whatever. Yeah, I kind of want to see that one.
You want to see how mean Walt was to the women?
Or how much it's just, I just don't even care about that entire part of it. Yeah.
I don't even think that's part of it. I think they leave that out of the movie.
Yeah, but that was her speech or whatever. Yeah.
She came out and just set the story straight. Walt was mean to women.
He did.
You gotta tell me your story because you're a woman.
Come on. I got $5 for you. Make me a sandwich.
Write me a story and make me a sandwich. Good old Walt.
We had a couple good weeks coming up, I think, with at least stuff from there, 1 or 2 things.
We'll watch them eventually.
Yeah.
And the thing is, shows used to be on during like the school year in the summertime. There were no shows on.
Yeah.
You catch up on movies, but now.
Yeah, there's always
all
a
year
segment
long,
that's. Because like all that HBO stuff has got to be starting up again soon, right?
HBO always has something going. What was the other one we were watching last year in the summertime? The Dome.
Oh yeah. Nancy was watching that thing.
It was a decent show.
I couldn't watch it because, for one, I didn't really care about it, but for two, like the bad guy, the bald guy that's in it.
Oh, yeah,
he's like he was the cop from Breaking Bad. So I was like,
okay.
I was watching like Breaking Bad, like trying to catch up to watch like the final season, and every time I see him, I just saw him as the other character. I'm like, this just doesn't, like, I just can't watch this. It was just too weird too. It like just drags out like shit. Like, just fucking tell me something. Like, there's just whole any other time I would sit down and watch it with her, I would have to walk away from it because it's just, the plot doesn't go forward at all.
Yeah,
they just jerk off for 45 minutes, and then they give you 5 minutes of, here's something else that happened.
Another clue.
Right? We put our hands on a fucking orb.
Mini dome.
Something else, then something.
And then we're jerking off.
Then we jerk off for 20 more minutes, show's over. Come back and watch next week when we pull the mini dome back to our house in a wagon.
Well, that was my problem with the show. And then, like, even the final episode, it wasn't a big thing. It just ended like any other episode. Come back next summer.
That one's like the Stephen King thing? Mm-hmm. See, I want Stephen King, like, fucking miniseries things.
Well, what did we see? We
Showed me like 6 episodes or whatever. It, right? They're redoing that?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're redoing It. Yeah.
Okay. There's another story of his that was never done that they're making another series out of.
There's that one that people love, like the tower thing.
No, dude.
Not that?
No, I mean, well, it's not that, but I don't like those books. I tried to read them, and you talk about something that doesn't make a lick of fucking sense.
I read the first one, and I just never got back to it.
I read the first one, I started reading the second one, and I was just like, no.
You're not doing this.
Nothing makes sense. And I love his stuff. That's why I started watching The Dome, because I always wanted to read it.
Right.
And it was like, now it's on TV. I was like, done. Book's over.
No, it's something with numbers, wasn't it? It was like 19.
Oh, yeah. It was the like November 22nd.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was the one about the JFK murder.
Right.
That's the one they're making into a series, and that could be a really good series.
Right. Yeah. From what you were telling me about.
The guy travels back in time to.
But he can only go to like that particular day or something.
Right. And every time he comes back, 2 minutes pass.
Right.
In the current time, but he can go back and start over again.
Yeah.
And he goes back to try to stop the JFK murder, but he's got to be there for 4 years in order to do it. Yeah, great book. Great book.
Yeah, so that could be something.
That could be good. So there was this woman in Michigan. She died 6 years ago. In the back of her car, in her garage. But no one knew she was dead till about a month ago. Because she had set up everything, all her bills and everything, to be paid automatically every month. Okay. It would just come out of her bank account. And she dies in her car. And just all the bills keep getting paid. The mortgage gets paid, the electric gets paid. And she had enough money in her bank account.
Where it just kept
depleting until finally all her bills got rejected. So, they start looking into it like, none of this woman's stuff is paying out.
Nobody checked in on her?
They said she had no family in the area. She did have family in Germany, and she would be gone at weeks at a time. Mm-hmm. So the neighbors didn't think anything funny of it. They said
6 years though.
And the neighbor of hers would always just cut her grass for her because she was never around. I guess it was something he figured, a nice neighbor, whatever.
Man.
So the grass stayed cut, and just 6 years, they found her mummified in the back of her car.
Oh my God.
They went to go check it out. But my only thing was, what about mail? Wouldn't that be the giveaway? Whether you have a mailbox at your house or a post office box, it's going to get so full.
Yeah.
Unless she did something with that because being gone for weeks at a time.
Yeah, but whatever
but
she
6
did
years?
with that, I mean, 6 years of mail is like...
That's a lot of mail.
Why did the family in Germany not...
Yeah.
After that long,
There's got to be something foul about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like for money because her money stayed in her account and just paid off all her electric bills. And...
That's bullshit, man. And they're going to keep all that money, too. She's dead.
You kidding?
Fucking bastards.
They don't care.
Stole her money for 6 years.
If anything, the family's going to be upset because they could have had that money.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean...
Instead it went all to Pico and whoever the hell they have up there. Pico.
Something code. Man. It's just crazy that people can still fall through the cracks like that.
Yeah,
even
it's
now.
It blows my mind.
It's like a friend of ours in the down south here, just down in Sussex. I mean, she had a friend that she did work for, and he was he would go out into fields and survey drainage and stuff, or cornfields and stuff, and he ended up, and I think he had a heart attack or something in his car in the parking lot of McDonald's or something, and he was there for the better part of a week before they found him. And
in a McDonald's parking lot?
Yeah. And they found him his skin was black from the heat and everything. It's just horrific.
But don't the workers kind of realize that when they're leaving for the night, there's a car still there
with a corpse in it? I mean, Jesus.
Wow.
What a thing, man.
And what was the whole story there? Was the family looking for him, or?
I forget how it came.
I mean, even that seems like they should find him quicker than a week.
After a few,
after a day.
Right. But
Danny didn't come home.
Yeah, no, his, I think he was divorced, so and there weren't any kids, so he was living by himself, basically. So there wasn't anybody to look at him at home, and then, so, yeah, it was over a weekend, so, it's just...
Oh yeah, think about it, I mean...
It's crazy.
Sometimes I go a couple days and not hear from Gabe.
Yeah.
He could be rotten.
He could be in a, parking lot like that. But, man.
You certainly wouldn't catch something like that in Smyrna.
No.
Well, that's the other thing, I guess, because it could have been a 24-hour one.
Right.
So it was never an empty parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you just... But if it was hot and the heat, it's gonna stink.
Something. I mean...
cars aren't stinking.
Man.
Oh, it's god awful.
Yeah.
This was a friend?
Yeah, it was a friend that she had worked with before, and she still did work for. But yeah, they were still at that time of that wine tasting thing down south there.
Oh yeah.
We stopped by his house to feed his cats and stuff on the way, because no relatives lived around here, and nobody was taking care of the cats. So they were still going by there to, take the mail in, take care of the cats for her.
Burger King should use that story as an advertisement. Look what happens when you go to McDonald's.
Yeah. Die in the parking lot.
No heart attack. Not when it's flame broiled.
There was something on the front page of Comcast the other day. It was some guy was eating McDonald's and he lost 50 pounds or something. I don't know what the hell that was.
Oh, I was reading that. He Yeah, all he ate was
The salads.
McDonald's, right? But he was saying that I don't know why he wanted to prove McDonald's was a good place to eat, but I guess he figured they got a bad rap in that Supersize Me.
Right.
And he ended up losing all this weight just by eating McDonald's, but he kept his calorie intake, down. Eating the salads, or you eat a hamburger or something like that.
Right, but just to keep it under a number.
Which I didn't need him to tell me that. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
if you could control your calorie
intake,
intake,
if all you eat is salads.
Right. Wow, what an amazing scientific discovery.
Dumbasses. I took Carmela to Burger King the other day.
Mm-hmm.
She hates cheese.
Oh, yeah.
So she gets a hamburger. So we get her food, we sit down. And she's like, oh, there's cheese on this. I'm like, all right, no big deal, let me bring it back. So I bring it back and I said to the girl there, she was a young girl, 19 maybe, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And for the sake of the story, we'll say 19. And I said, I ordered a hamburger, but I got a cheeseburger. And she looks at me and says, you didn't want cheese on it? I said, no, that's why I got a hamburger, not a cheeseburger.
Right.
And she gave me this look like who doesn't want cheese on their burgers? I was like, well, can I get one without cheese?
Lactose intolerant people? I don't know.
She's like, I guess. And she picks it up and slams it down in the trash can. I'm like, what am I? So I'm sitting there waiting for this hamburger, and she's, I don't know, arguing with someone else she works with or whatever. And she comes up to me and she's like, where do you work at? I was like, where do I work? She's like, yeah. So I tell her where I work. She's like, are they hiring? Now you think I'm going to give you a job? I'm going to recommend you for a job after that whole stunt you just pulled?
And then acting like that in front of, your other employees?
Yeah, and then I got a whole story. Well, it's okay. I'm going in the military on August 19th. So, but it's just August 19th. Can't get here soon enough. And I'm like, oh my God. The military's going to love you.
Yes, they are.
Something tells me you'll be home on August 20th.
Yep, they're going to chew you up and spit you out the other end.
Jesus.
You don't like getting a new burger. Just
yeah. Wait till the drill sergeant tells you.
Yeah. He's going to tell you a whole slew of things you're not going to like.
You're not going to be able to give him attitude. Little Miss Attitude.
Man. Who doesn't want cheese on their burger? Because I asked for it.
Yeah, you know what?
That's enough. Because I asked for no cheese. That's the end of the fucking list.
Yeah, done.
There's nothing else.
Done. You know what? Now I want lettuce on it too.
Yeah.
I was going to pick the pickle off myself, but no.
No, you're doing
that. No, you're doing it. That's how I like it. Having it my way.
What happened to my way?
Yeah, I can't even get it.
You guys still do that?
And it wasn't like a special order. It's on the menu. Hamburger. I wasn't like, can I have a cheeseburger, no cheese?
Just because you pressed the wrong number on your idiot-proof keyboard. Just searching for the thing.
But they were amazed. That girl was amazed that I didn't want cheese on the burger. And part of the thing with the kids' meal there is they can get ice cream cone.
Yeah.
So I said to her, well, can I let her eat and then come back for the ice cream cone? Because
it's going to melt.
Yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, just come up, we'll get it. I'm like, okay. So when I was going up to get her, this other girl, the hamburger, it was like, as soon as we sat down, she opened it up. The girl's like, oh my God, you're ready for the ice cream already? And I was like, well, no, you messed up the burger, first of all, but yeah, what if I was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the fucking ice cream now, as a matter of fact. I want my ice cream cone.
I decided I wanted an ice cream float. I drank a little bit of my drink. I'm going to put that fucker right in there.
If you could put it upside down in a cup just so I could take the cone off.
Yeah.
You need an extra long spoon.
You guys still do my way here? Still? Did they do away with that?
It's like, am I bothering you guys? Should I leave? I don't.
Yeah. Just give me my money back and we'll call it even.
And the manager walks out with a pitcher, outside, and I'm like, what is she doing with the pitcher outside? And she comes back in. It was filled with something. We already had our food. I wasn't asking.
What is she picking up outside?
I don't know. It was a metal pitcher. And it was filled. Like, she walked outside, like, swinging it. And when she came back inside, it was like...
Steady
don't
on.
spill the whatever I took from outside.
Maybe that's...
The snow.
Yeah.
And we get free ice here, baby.
It's better than no ice at the Taco Bell.
Yeah. You don't get ice.
Not me. Yeah.
But yeah, that was Saturday. That's why I had to push it back from 7 to 7:30.
Oh, okay. Because
we had to go to Burger King. You know, otherwise, I'm like, I pushed the shit back for this.
Yeah. Just fix it.
Never go back there.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
Yeah, I mean that.
It's the only Burger King in 100 miles.
That list is going to be dwindling. You start doing that, crossing places off.
I went to a fast food place and they messed my shit up. I'm not going back there.
Should have kept going to 55.
I should have gone to 55.
You weren't even that far at that point. You were already committed.
I'm like 10 minutes maybe from there.
So that's what you do. Cross it off the list. Just go to 55.
Go 55. So that's what I got for today.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I had was the on like the subject of board games and stuff. There's this the award they give out every year, the Spell de Jar.
The what?
Spell de Jar. It's just the German for Game of the Year.
Oh, okay. I knew that.
And they started in 1978, and it's been going on since then. They like rate any of the new like board games that came out last year, but that's coming up fairly soon. Last year the winner was a card game called Hanabi. And that's that one where it's like you play cooperatively. You're trying to make like a fireworks display, and you have a hand of cards, but everybody else can see your cards except for you. So you hold them up like face out to everybody else, and people can either play a card from your hand, or you can give somebody else one clue as to like what's in their hand. So you can say you have 2 2s, and you can like point to the cards, or you have 3 green cards, or whatever it is. So you got to try to work your way through that, and there's you only get a certain number of tells you can do before you got to play a card.
And how do you win?
It's like point wise, however many you can get to before the deck runs out. But that's one I've got on deck. It's still sitting there. Nancy and I played it once, but needed more people to make it interesting. We gotta get a bunch of people together and play that Formula D too again.
Yeah.
With like a ton of people.
Yeah, that'd be fun with a lot of people. I still have to order what was it, Porn Master?
Yeah, Porn Masters.
Porn Masters.
It's going fast on Amazon.
I gotta hop on there. Use up my Amazon credits.
Yeah, I still have a few on there that I want to get, but I just money's thin. But there's a couple we played at work before. This one called Eminent Domain, and it's like a deck building game where you have you start out with 10 cards, and then every round you can either play one for an action, and the actions are varied, like draw 2 cards, or and colonize planets, whatever it is. But so it's like a space type game. So you're trying to draw planets out of the deck, and the planets are all worth points, and you can produce and trade goods off the planet for points, and whoever has the most points by the time one of the piles depletes is the winner. It's pretty good. It's usually fairly balanced, and that's a lot of fun. That's on my list. And there's another one, Arctic Scavengers. We haven't played that one in a while, but it's like this post-apocalyptic future, and it's like another deck building thing, and you can buy all these different like refugees and stuff out of these different piles, and you're fighting against the other people to steal resources and build up your deck, and again, it's whoever has the most points at the end.
Yeah. You had me in post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right, we have reached our destination.
Yeah.
And that'll do it for today. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at DriverPassenger. You can email us at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net. And you can check out our Facebook page, The Commute.
All right, we'll see you later.